Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 4 math. We are here for grade 4 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 4 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find the list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter Add and Subtract Decimals. Please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Yes, whatever you can write, but you can answer. That's important. So here I'm on grade 4 math. The chapter we are on right now is Add and Subtract Decimals. So let's just start with the first lesson, that is add decimal numbers. So how do we add decimal numbers? Basically, we have to line up the decimal point, right? Whenever you are writing the numbers, the decimal point must be line up. So for example, here you have 26.7 and 36.1. So you can see the decimal point is always one above the other. Then we know how to add. Adding and subtracting is exactly the same like we do with the other numbers. You just have to add 7 plus 1 is 8. 6 plus 6 is 12. Write 2 over here and carry 1. So 6 and 3, 9 and 1, 10. So that is 62. 3 plus 2 is 5 and 1, 6. So that is 62.8. Let's just start with the test questions. Four 4.3 plus 4.4. So line up the decimal point and then add 4 plus 3 makes 7 and 4 plus 4 makes 8. So the correct option is 8.7. Okay, the next one is the correct option is 8.7. Let's just move on to next one. 26.7 plus 36.1. So which is the correct option? which is the correct option. Option number 1 is the correct option, that is 62.8. Option 1 is the correct option. 7.4 plus 1.9, which is the correct option. Very good. That is option number 2. 9.3 is the correct option. One point three plus 1.2, which is the correct option. That is 2.5. Option number 2 is the correct option. Nine point two plus 9.8, which is the correct option. That is 19.0. Option number 2 is the correct option. Nine point four plus 5.8, which is the correct option. That is 15.2. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is subtract decimal numbers. So subtracting is exactly same, just you have to line up the decimal point and subtract exactly like you do the other numbers, right? So let's just start with the test questions. 0.93 minus 0.42. So 3 takeaway, you can see that decimal point is already lined up. 3 takeaway 2 is 1 and 9 takeaway 4 is 5. 0 takeaway 0 is 0. So that is 0.51. The correct option is 0.51. Option number 2 is the correct option. Very good. 8.7 take away 8.1. So which is the correct option? 7 take away 1 is 6 and 8 take away 8 is 0. So that is 0.6. Option number 1 is the correct option. Very good. That's option number 1. - 7.3 take away 1.2, which is the correct option? That is 6.1. Very good. Option number 2 is the correct option. 53.46 take away 39.89. 16 take away 9 is, because you cannot subtract 6 out of 9, so you need to borrow 1. You have 3 here. 16 take away 9 is 7. Again, you cannot subtract 3 out of 1. You need to borrow. 13 take away 8 is 5. Again, you cannot do subtract 1, 9, so you need to take away borrow. 12 take away 9 is 3 and 4 take away 3 is 1. That is 13.57. The correct option is option number 1, that is 13.57. $706.34 take away 419.38, which is the correct option. The correct option is option number 2, that is 286.96. Option 2 is the correct option. $854.44 take away 622.43, which is the correct option. Option number 2 is the correct option, that is 232.01. Very good. Zero point 0.4 take away 0.3, which is the correct option. That is 0.1. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is The next lesson is choose decimals with a particular sum or difference. Let's just start with the lesson. So let's just start with the test questions. Choose two numbers from the box to complete the sentence. Which two numbers have a difference of 0.7? So how do we find? You have to look at your given options. You are given two of the options, that is 0.9, 0.2 and 0.8 and 0.2. So start with the first one, just subtract 0.9, take away 0.2, 9 take away 2 is 7 and 0.7 it is. So that means the correct option is option number 1. 0.9 take away 0.72 is 0.7. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 0.9 and 0.2. Choose two numbers from the box to complete the addition sentence. So which two numbers have the sum 0.9? That is option number 1. 0.7 plus 0.2 is 0.9. Option number 1 is the correct option. Choose two numbers from the box to complete the addition sentence. So which is the correct option? The sum is 1. Option number 2 is the correct option. 0.6 plus 0.4 is 0.1. Choose two numbers from the box to complete the sentence. So which two numbers have the difference of 0.3? The difference of 0.9 and 0.6. Option number 2 is the correct option. Choose two numbers from the box to complete the sentence. Which two number have the sum 0.6, which is the correct option? Which two numbers have the sum 0.6? That is option number 1, 0.2, and 0.4 have the sum 0.6. The correct option is option number 1, 0.4 plus 0.3 is 0.7. Option number 1 is the correct option. Which two numbers have the difference of 0.4, which is the correct option? Option number 2 is the correct option. 0.3 take away 0.7 take away 0.3 is 0.4. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is estimate sums and differences of decimals. Estimate the sum by rounding each number to the nearest whole number and then adding. First, you have to round them off and then you have to add. So when you are rounding the decimals, you have to look at the very first number right after the decimal. Like here you have 9. 9 is greater than 5, so you need to round up. When you round up, that would be rounded to 7. Same way you have to round the other number. Here the number after the decimal point is 6 and 6 is rounded to 6 is greater than 5. So that this one is also round up. So it would be rounded to 6. So 6 plus 7 makes 13. Let's just start with the test questions. Estimate the sum. Estimate the sum by rounding each number to the nearest whole number. 7.83 plus 3.707. So let's just round them off first. 7.83. The very first digit right after the decimal point is 8. So 8 is greater than 5. So you need to round up. So it would be rounded off to 8. The other number is 3.707. So the very first number right after the decimal is 7. 7 is greater than 5. So you need to round up. It would be rounded to 4. So 8 plus 4 makes 12. The correct option is 12. That is 12. Option number 2 is the correct option. 4.77 plus 6.19, which is the correct option. 4.7 is rounded off to 5 and 6.1 is rounded off to 6. So 6 plus 5 makes 11. That is option number 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. 6.8 plus 3.7, which is the correct option. 6.8 is rounded off to 7 and 4. That is 11. Option number 2 is the correct option. Option number 2 is the correct option, that is 9. Option number 2 is the correct option, that is 17. 9.9 plus 5.1, which is the correct option? Option number 1 is the correct option, that is 15. 10.84 plus 5.69, which is the correct option? 17 it is. Option number 2 is the correct option. Five point 401 plus 10.1, which is the correct option? 'That is 15. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 4 math. The chapter we were working on is add and subtract decimals. The lessons we have covered today are add decimal numbers, subtract decimal numbers, choose decimals with particular sum or difference, estimate sums or differences of decimals. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you. Or either you can write down the questions in the chat box. I am here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So you can please write down the questions in the chat box. I am here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. Any questions? No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.